Hello, welcome to my channel, 100 Days with Kadra. Today is day 8 of developing our personal constitution. We are now on grounding article number 5, interacting with envy and jealousy. Now this, I like to believe, is the sister of Shilt, oh my goodness, guilt and shame, which is what we discussed in our last video. Just like our other grounding articles, we first want to start with telling our inner child that they are safe to relive and to analyze negative experiences that we had as a child. And then we're going to close your eyes and think about a time in our childhood where we had immense amount of envy or jealousy and what ways that affects us in our childhood. If you're having trouble getting to that emotion, to that experience, you can do EFT tapping, which is where you find where you're feeling the emotion and you tap there. I usually feel my emotions in my chest, so I typically tap right here. You can tap as slow, as fast, as hard as you want. Well, anything that helps you get that emotion out, you can talk through it and tell yourself that it's okay. Of course, you can pause this video to make sure that you have the time to work through those experiences. A little FYI, I am creating a personalized affirmation app, and if you haven't done so already, go to my description box, join our emailing listing if you're interested for when it comes out, and to answer my survey so I understand what your needs are. Thank you, I love you, and let's continue with the rest of the video. How often do you experience envy and jealousy, and what are the effects of them? For instance, I don't really experience envy and jealousy often, which, oh, I'm so happy. But when I did, I experienced it when I was not sure about what I wanted to do with myself or with my life. And I was unsure about my decisions. And the envy and jealousy that I exhibited weren't vicious. They weren't hateful. It was more like I'm happy for them, but sad for me, And I feel like a lot of us can, relate to that, because oftentimes when you hear envy and jealousy, you think of someone who's hateful and snickering and hiding in the corners and watching people and preying on people's downfalls. I never did that, but oftentimes I would just feel so sad for myself, and I'm happy for them, but I'm like, I wish it were me. And this is when I wasn't sure about my direction of what I wanted to do in life. For instance, I have, well, no, was it a friend? No, let's just say it was somebody I knew or was aware of, and they were hitting it off in their career, and they're so happy. And we were in the same exact majors in college. We were both accounting. And this person, although she had her own trials and tribulations throughout her life, she was able to pass through her CPA exam. She was able to find her job. We worked in the same industry and same field. So we were both public accountants, and we technically had the same titles, auditors. And she had everything going in the right direction. And although she was going back to school, she was also a year ahead of me regarding position wise. I think at that point she was a senior associate auditor, and I was still an intern, and it bothered me a little bit. But I came to realize, like, okay, I never really wanted to go in that direction in my life. I was just frustrated that I haven't figured out what I wanted to do. And although I was happy for her and I rooted for her and I never preyed on her downfall, like, loved her, part of me was just like, wow, like, I wish I felt confident in my decision, felt confident in the position, felt confident in my career choice the same way that she did. I was able to sit in that, reevaluate it, and that's why I'm here today, making these videos and going after what I want and what I like. Giving it a try. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. At least I gave it a try, and that's all that matters. Next, you want to ask yourself, when you experience envy and jealousy, how does it affect you? Is it passing? Is it crippling? Do you idolize it? Do you put it on a pedestal? We keep asking these questions with every single emotion because that's important. I never idolized or put envy and jealousy on a pedestal the same way I may have like shame or guilt. And I wouldn't say it was very crippling. I would say it was very passing. I have a very healthy way of coping with any envy or jealousy and asking myself, like, okay, is that really what you want? Or like, okay, well, maybe that's just what they need at that time, and my time is coming sooner in the future. It's a, what do people say? It's a marathon, not a race. I hate that. But hey, sometimes it felt like I didn't even qualify for the marathon. When people would say, oh, it's a marathon, not a race. I'm like, well, can I sign up? I'm not allowed to? Okay. It was frustrating, but I was able to work through it and say, it's cool, it's not my time yet, and move past it. So I'm really, really happy that any envy or jealousy that I may experience is passing. The next thing you want to ask yourself are what ways you negatively punish or reward yourself for exhibiting envy or jealousy. Luckily for me, again, I don't really experience it that often. I think most of the time it's very fleeting, passing, and just in the moment when I'm not feeling that great about myself, but I'm able to like talk through it. I have a healthy way of working through it. Again, I love walks. I love EFT tapping. I love talking to myself. I love journaling. I love just sitting and recognizing that, hey, there are things in life that I was blessed with that other people weren't. And it would be unfortunate if people were envious and jealous of me for that. So I say, you know what? There's no reason for me to be envious or jealous of that person. Just recognize that, hey, they have something that I want. And because we're in close proximity, that means it is coming soon to me. It's okay to be envious and jealous sometimes because you are human, but it's how you operate within it, how you work through it, and how you treat others when you're feeling that. If you still treat others right, if you're not preying on someone's downfall, if you're working through it and not making it everyone else's issue, you are okay. It's okay if you feel it. Again, as always, for your grounding articles, you of course want to reassure that your inner child is safe with you. Write that down, why they should be safe with you, and how you're a very open space and you're loving and you're committed to bettering yourself. Then writing instances where possibly you were envious or jealous and why you will no longer put on a pedestal and what ways you'll make yourself better. Write down what makes sense for you for your personal constitution. I'm just telling you an overview of what to think about and ways to unpack it so you're able to address it. And it's up to you to decide how you write that down. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.